Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be the last video of 2021, and it's going to be a long one. I can already feel it because I'm going to ramble and chatter on for a couple minutes, more than a couple minutes. There is that. But it's going to be yeah, it's going to be a long video, guys, so please tuck in, have a comforting beverage and a warm blanket handy if you're in a cold part of the country or wherever you happen to be. Yeah, tuck in, let's hang out. Before I get into the video, I want to mention that if you like what you see in this video, please go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. I have also included links to my social media and my website. Those are going to be in the description. So if you guys want to get in touch with me outside of YouTube, you totally can. I'm looking forward to some pretty big things happening outside of YouTube. So yeah, I'm excited. So I will get to those in a minute. This video is going to be kind of a two-parter, kind of smashed in one. Because I had intentions of separating them, but I'm not going to do that. So this video is going to be a long one. I've warned you before. Yeah, anyway. Told you I was going to ramble. Yeah, let's get into it. 2021 was a weird year for me. I do think I was challenged in a very good way. I had a lot of changes go on around me that it definitely gave me a lot of things to work on personally and think about what mattered to me, and you know that made a lot of difference in how I chose to move forward in 2021. Especially from 2020, because I had a pretty bad relapse in my mental health. So what I decided to do was move into more focus on mental health. And a few days ago, in fact, over Christmas, I decided to start my search for a therapist, and I did manage to find one. This video isn't sponsored, but I'm hopefully going to be able to use BetterHelp. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm a little nervous that it might not, but I'm of the belief that anything that is meant for you will be yours, and it is yours already. So I'm hoping that I can see the rest of this through, because I've needed a lot of mental health help over the last couple of years, and 2021 was the year that I finally found a therapist, and hopefully we will move forward on that. I also got to travel around in France, which was one of the most amazing things I could have ever gotten to do, especially during a pandemic. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I wasn't hopeful for it at all, and in fact, I might have admittedly become a little bitter over the fact that we didn't get to go when we had planned to. But I am so intensely grateful that we got to go, and it was just I'm determined to go back. I am so determined to make another trip, specifically to France, but in particular I would like to go to Sweden, Norway, the Netherlands, just explore that part of the world a lot more, because it, you know, the world's bigger than my little spot in California. So so there is that. Oh, my heart's still in Paris. I loved it so much. So yeah, 2021's been a journey. What else has happened? I've gotten closer with family. Oh, also I managed to take a trip to see some friends of mine in Washington, which was pretty cool. It was nice to see them. I don't know if the trip necessarily worked as expected, but it was still really nice to get there. We explored parts of Idaho, and by that we were in Spokane, and we were able to explore Coeur d'Alene for a little bit, and we had a lot of fun. It was a really nice time. It was a really nice time. So so yeah, things were good there. Yeah, 2021 was the year of the journey, I would say, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Professionally, I continued to develop my blog and my website. You will see some changes that I have made if you are interested in that. The link is in the description. But I finally made some upgrades especially to the homepage. But there were some things that I needed to move around and change. There were things in my business plan that weren't applicable anymore, so I wanted to edit and change that. What worked with that in particular is that I did manage to get the work done that I needed to do. However, I've realized that there's been an unbalance in the way that I have been working, and that has caused a lot of stress. That's caused a lot of particularly stress, but my hands paid the price. And by that I mean that I was handwriting all of my blog posts, and I mean all of them, for the month. That's between 26 and 30 posts a month, which is it's hard. Doing that was hard on my hands, and I like handwriting, okay, but it kind of turned me off to working on that. So I've decided to try and stop doing that, even though I need to streamline my process and how I compose work for my blog, and I think I have a way for doing that. So yeah, professionally, there's been, I think, some developments and growth. I would like to take on more clients for next year. If you are interested in that, there is a link in the description, and there's some exciting stuff with that too, which I will get into in a minute. Yeah, so that was my blog, kind of a blog adjacent, but still kind of tied together, is that I have instituted a membership support system. So if you do like what you see on my website and want exclusive information, there are specific levels that you can choose to support me at. These are all through my Ko-Fi. That's my support page, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I do have, as of this point, I do have some scheduling things I need to do, but that information should be up, and it will be exclusive content on my Ko-Fi, if you wanna choose it. It is optional. It's not an obligation, so please don't worry if you can't or you are you're not here for it. There is still an option to donate monthly if you guys want to do that. You can donate one time. There's one-time donations. I'm still taking commissions. All of that is there and available for you if you guys want to see more from me in that regard. Hopefully things will work out, and hopefully you will find something that resonates with you there. So so there's that. Personally, like I said, I've gotten closer with my family. Things have changed in terms of the group of friends that I'm keeping, but it is for the best. It is for the good. Because there was a person there that couldn't, at least for now, couldn't be present with us, and they chose to walk away, and that's okay. That's totally fine. I'm not parting with them on bad terms. I'm not taking any hard feelings away with me, and that's okay. That's okay. I wish this person the best of luck, and they know where I am if they should need anything from me. So I'm gonna leave that there. What didn't work for me in 2021, like I mentioned, handwriting all of my blog posts was not a sustainable practice. It hurt too much. I mean, I've had tendonitis in my left hand before, and oh my god, you guys, I do not wish that kind of pain on anybody. But both of my hands really suffered the price for that. My work, the pace at which I worked wasn't sustainable at all, because it kind of cost me a lot of moments where I could have been sleeping or doing other things and taking care of other things. And it's hard to maintain that pace. The reason why that even happened was because, and part of that, I knew I was going to be traveling. I knew I wanted to create extra content for the membership tiers, and that I wanted to have all of that prepared beforehand. Might not be the smartest thing I've ever done ever, because it really did take a toll. But I managed it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and keep the basic pace I had established before I was traveling, and before I knew I was going to institute those memberships. So, and for those of you that don't understand what I mean there, what I had started doing was composing my content for the month and only scheduling them weeks at a time. So like first week got scheduled, wait till the end of that week, schedule the next week. I hope that's making sense. But when you're traveling, you don't have access to internet regularly. You just go at once, and I had to do that a couple of times because there were things that I anticipated kind of taking away from my opportunities to do that. So managing the pace at which I work and the amount of stuff I work on during the day is going to have to be the goal for 2022, because again, the pace I was taking wasn't sustainable. So there's that. What did I learn for 2021? I learned, personally learned a lot. I'm getting tongue-tied, because this is going to be I feel like this is going to be a little bit raw. But what I learned is that I've needed the mental health help for a very long time, and it became apparent when Dad and I were traveling. There were some things that I feel like saying I need a bit of an attitude adjustment, and it's not wrong. For those, not many of you know me outside of this, but sometimes my anxiety makes me mean, and I don't like it. Especially if I'm mean to my dad, but there were things that my brother caught wind of that he probably didn't deserve. He definitely didn't deserve it. Neither did my friends. And that is why I am very proud of myself for seeking the mental health help, because even if the price per session is a barrier to entry, I still did that. I still chose that. I chose it. I chose to do that. I chose to find a therapist, and I did. And I'm proud of myself for that. Other things I've learned in 2021 are that I'm obligated to nobody, and nobody is obligated to me. That two things on that. I'm not owed an explanation for anything anybody does, even though it would help me understand some of their thought processes. Again, I'm getting there with the friend parting ways with me and my group of other friends. But yeah, also even good intentions that end up being poorly executed are harmful. So again, those are just some things that I learned in 2021. Hopefully things went well in that too. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So I don't know what 2022 is going to bring for the rest of us. Hopefully there's some ease in the pandemic. There's a lightening of people getting sick. I know there's people are going to make the choices they're going to make, and it's just there's some of that doesn't make sense. But again, nobody is obligated to give explanations for why they're doing what they're doing. It just doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to make sense, but at least for me in dealing with those people, I can only hope that they choose safety, and that they're not trying to get people sick in the process of living the way they want to live. So crossing my fingers there, but let's move on. What am I grateful for right now? What am I changing in 2022? Right now, I'm grateful for the fact that I haven't gotten ill. I haven't gotten sick. I've been able to travel. That is the big one. But I have also, again, found my therapist. And even if I can't continue with the process, I'm still genuinely hopeful that I can move forward, knowing that I did that for myself. Things that will change for 2022. I am probably, at least for YouTube, I'm probably not going to be doing life updates as often anymore. For a while, that's really all I did. And I'm just not happy. I don't like the quality of those videos anymore. I think they're repetitive and they're just not not with the quality that I want to put out anymore. Even though, you know, I feel like my videos tend to be spotty at best, I feel like. So what I think I will do for now is move my life updates to maybe once or twice a month. I haven't decided that yet, but for the time being, I'm going to be privating all of the old life update videos and moving my channel into a tarot reading channel. So if you are here for the life updates, I am sorry to disappoint you, but those won't be happening as often. They won't be happening as often because my tarot reading videos are already super long, and I just want to make sure I can really focus on giving you the best readings that I know I can give. But on top of that, I want to just make sure that you guys have even a quality life update video. So there's that. Yeah, so that's what's going to be happening on my channel. My website's still here. My social media is still here. Particularly the social media for my website. So if you guys want to see more from that, develop the community around the website, you know, go follow the links, go check out the Facebook and the Instagram, and I have a TikTok for some TikTok specific tarot readings. So if you want to see that, yeah, head over there. I'm happy to have you. Yeah, 2022. Here we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there. Also, before I close this off, I am really grateful for you guys being here with me on this journey in 2021. It has been weird and scary and scary as hell. I don't blame you if you're still scared. Yeah, thank you everybody. I know there was a couple of times where I was genuinely absent from filming and making updates with you guys, but I'm hoping that you guys are able to come back in 2022 for new content, because I have some things planned. I have a lot of fun stuff going on, and yeah, let's see what it brings. On that note, I do want to get into a tarot reading, getting some monthly predictions, for which I have actually already pulled cards for you guys, and I'm going to do my best to read it intuitively, because I do have some oracles that I want to use. But I also want to incorporate a closing, I was going to say closing ode. That's not what I mean. Kind of a closeout to 2021 and you know, get some final readings for the year. So we're going to start with a monthly prediction for 2021, and I did have to write some of this out because if you guys saw my live stream yesterday, yikes, guys, oh, that was bad. That was terrible. So I do have some oracle readings. I'm going to start with those, and we're going to be using the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and the Energy Oracle by Sandra Brown Taylor. That might be different in the description because I just happen to think that I might have gotten that wrong. The box is on the other side of the room I'm filming in, so I'm not gonna stop the video to get it. But we're gonna start with some oracle readings and then get into some tarot readings and see how that goes. So, and we're going to go month by month. So this might be a long one. And then, like I said, we're going to get closing remarks on 2021 using the Hanson Roberts Tarot. So, you shuffle my tarot. This is also the Tarot of the Divine by Yoshitani. So, let's start with the oracles for January. We have Dance with Life. This is asking us to do something to change our energy. Okay. But we also have Anxiety. So, we can change the course of our path. We can change this anxious, nervous energy that's coming in for us. It's the start of a new year. So, of course, we're going to be nervous. Of course, we're going to be scared. Because what's it supposed to bring, right? Change is always scary, especially if you're like me, who doesn't really deal with it very well. But, the fear of the unknown is, it's fear. It's valid. It's real. And, we can make the changes if we face it head on. Okay. So, there are oracles. We may be facing some anxiety, but we know we have what it takes to change it. Okay. So our tarot for January is going to be Justice. The way we can change our energy is remember that we're being called to find a balance, and we're being called to answer for past behaviors and leave those in the past now. Past behaviors are in the past. It's time to take responsibility for our future. Okay. So there's Justice. And this has been for January. Okay. February Oracle, we are starting with the Priestess, and this is asking us how we can step up and lead. Okay. We're being called to, we're calling on our healing energy. Let me try that again. We're being called on our healing energy. Okay. There's some things that we are working on releasing and letting go of. And when we do that, we're going to be able to make space for maybe new responsibilities, new things that are coming up in the space that you might not have thought about, were, if not necessary, at least options that you have. I hope that makes sense. But you're being called to step up. And how do you do that? Well, you work on healing. You work on opening spaces that you've filled with baggage you don't need to carry anymore. Okay? There is Healer and Priestess. Okay? So the tarot for, so this is what we need to probably focus on in terms of healing, because there's a choice to be made, and this choice has given you a lot of pause, a lot of nervousness. There is a lot of missing pieces because your space is filled with unnecessary baggage, and if you're being called to lead, you can't be carrying what you're carrying right now. So the way you start this healing process is you put your swords down for a little bit and look around at what information you might be missing. Where's that final puzzle piece? Maybe not that final puzzle piece. Maybe you have it strewn out in front of you and you're trying to organize it. But you'll notice that this character's eyes are closed, you might need to open your eyes to the possibilities around you and what it might mean for you if you did step up and lead. Okay? So there is February. Okay? So we're going to go for March. First oracle, we have Akasha, and this is telling us that our guidance is coming from the divine. So we're not, we aren't alone. We definitely don't, we're definitely not planning this journey alone. And there may be some emotions attached with what you're feeling, and especially in your heart, but especially your emotional state might be in need of nurturing. I know this says women holding a heart, and I'm not going to bring up the book because again the boxes for these decks are across the room from me, so I'm not gonna go get it. But immediately I'm getting. Don't be afraid to nurture and dip into your stronger emotions, because they are trying to tell you something. And especially, we've gotten leadership, healing past, answering, and being responsible for those behaviors. You aren't alone. Okay, and that is a theme that has been across a lot of my videos lately, is that you're not alone. You're not, you're not alone, okay? The thing that you are in need of doing is reconnecting maybe with your feminine energy rather than your masculine energy. Like, you can't be going all the time, right? But reconnect with calm energy. Take some time to really do the work you're already being called to do, okay? Just keep holding on to this, because again, you're not alone. You have a guider. You have someone's on your side, and don't be afraid to dip into your stronger emotions, because you have someone to help you with them, okay? Here are your oracles. Let's see. Okay, and here we have the Queen of Coins. Again, we have nurturing energy. Yeah, again, we have nurturing energy here. This is to do with your finances and your material and physical abundance, or wealth kinds of things. I'm sensing that this might, at least for me, I'm getting a lot of internal feedback about getting a job, and I have needed to do that for a little bit now. So maybe if you can relate to that, maybe money is it's a huge problem for a lot of people, but you might be feeling some kind of way in particular about your finances right now, and there's some choices you need to make. Again, don't be afraid to dip into some of the stronger emotions. Maybe where this is concerned, you know what it looks like for you. You might have some concerns about your money right now. You're not alone. It will be nurtured, and it will be given attention very soon. So, there's your Queen of Coins. Okay. Ready? March. Okay. You check on that. We are now into April. Move this over. Anyway. Okay, so for April, we are looking at deep replenishment, rest, and be held. Take a break. It is okay to take a break, especially, if you've been through the emotional ringer around money and finances. It's okay to take a break. Give yourself that chance, okay? Yeah, especially because we're dealing with some heartbreaks and some hurts right now. It may take a little bit to heal, but you can't do that if you're constantly going, okay? So there is the broken heart, okay? Tarot, we have the Seven of Swords, so we need to be aware of some deception, some duplicity, and maybe some two-facedness in other people, yourself. What is this looking like for you? Mind your motivations and watch for any duplicity in others, okay? Because that is going to cause a broken heart. That is going to require you to step back and heal, okay? So, yeah, there is April. For May, okay, we have a release, and this is Unbound. They're releasing old patterns, contracts, and holy, okay. Here's our release, because we've been tied up, we've been held back. It's time to let go, okay? I believe this is from May. Let me check it again. So May is going to call for us to bring release, and let's see how we can do that, okay? So, the Chariot. Ooh, I love how this worked. Release, and we have the willpower to make it happen, okay? To me, the Chariot always represents forward movement, determination to get to where you are going, and especially after the fact that we've been held back for so long. Now it's time to open up and go, okay? So there's the Chariot. Let me check this again. January, February, March, April, May. Okay. So now we are into June. Okay. We have Mintaken. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. If you know differently, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. But this is longing for a home, belonging. So maybe we've lost a bit of ourselves in the process of opening up and releasing, bearing in mind that maybe those things were meant to be lost. And I'm going to take this card as a confirmation of that, because we found a victory in that release, that we are now open and not as afraid to go forward. I hope that makes sense. Okay. But yeah, there's our victory. We've lost what needed to be lost. Okay. So there's our oracle. For June, we have Seven of Cups. No, Seven of Cups. I did read that correctly. We are looking at a lot of choices and a lot of options, because now our space is open, and we definitely have some things at our disposal that we didn't think we would. But it's best to weigh every option that we have. Don't overthink it, but be aware that not everything that glitters is gold, and not everything that we want in life is meant for us or will be necessary for our highest good. So yeah, hold on to that, because we've done a lot of work. Yeah, we've done a lot of work to find where we belong, because we've been missing some of that. But yeah, victory is ours because we've opened up space. We need to be careful with how we fill it. Okay. So that was for June. July, we have awakening. There are energetic upgrades in our presence at this time. There's a way of integrating this new way of being in with what we already know, but it may bring some stormy weather in our lives. It may bring some difficult things, some difficult changes, and that is okay. But we need to know that this may happen. Okay, how do we find this integration? How do we find that balance? Okay, so there's the Oracle. Our tarot is the Eight of Coins. This is going to be hard work. We're doing some work for July, and it requires a lot of diligence. And you can see that the girl, the person, however they're presenting this, but they're working hard. They're working themselves raw, and they might be in a little bit of pain doing this work. But again, there's an awakening happening, and it might not feel like it's going to be in the highest good, especially when it's happening, but stepping back and doing the healing is going to help. Okay, so there is the Eight of Coins. All right, let me get a water break, you guys. Also, if you have a comforting beverage at your hands, particularly water, please hydrate. Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right, we are in August. So, yeah, for August, we have birthing a new age. This is creative projects and dreaming your ideal world into being. Okay, and we also have the World. I'm going to read this as completion, endings, closing out old cycles and bringing in new cycles. I'm reading it as if it were a tarot. So if you know differently, if you have this deck and know this card differently, let me know what you think. But I think there is definitely, what am I trying to say here? There's an opportunity to make what you want come to pass. Remember, we have the Chariot. There's determination. There's hard work. It might be, there might be a lot of stormy weather coming into your space, but because you're awakening and you're changing and things, things are changing. So things are changing, and now you have the opportunity to do this. Okay, so how do we do that? The Fool. Yeah, I didn't plan this, you guys. I may have drawn the oracles, but I haven't drawn the tarot. Okay, so yeah, we're at a new beginning. We're looking ahead, and maybe we don't quite see that we are probably going to walk off a cliff or not looking where we're going. But, at this point, I don't know if we necessarily care. because it's a new beginning and we're coming to this with curiosity and a little bit of naivety. Yeah, there's a new beginning, and we have the option of creating the path we want to take. So yeah, that is for August. Okay, I am on the right track here. So for September, we have Emrama. This is asking us where our journey is calling us to, because remember we have the Fool card and we have the opportunity to start fresh. Okay. Where are we going? Where is our journey taking us? And we have the door to values. So what, if not money, even though that's what's depicted here, I think this is a good chance to evaluate what's important to us and how we can take those values and move them down the path with us. Okay. We also have the World. Okay, so we need to, again, take advice from past cards and do some releasing, work on integrating those new things into our lives and be ready to live a little bit differently than we have been. Okay, so there is the World. That is for September. October, we have, I love this. We have the card for play. Take some time to celebrate. You know, take some time to celebrate, have some fun. You can drop the mask. You can be, you can drop the mask. Okay, and also, you know, maybe there is an opportunity here to build caring and loving connections with other people. Okay, because maybe with all of the work you've been doing in the past, you may have missed that opportunity. However, I'm getting the feeling of the card for the Lovers here, and to me, that is always about bringing in the choice. Again, you do have options in your space, so be careful with those and understand what those look like for you. With the Lovers card, I always say there's a choice of head over heart, and I would, if I were you, I would listen to both. So there is that. Our tarot is the Two of Coins. Again, we have the choice of juggling things, and there's been some choppy waters in our space, but we are being called to balance everything out. So, again, choices require balance to make. So, there we go. We're in December. Okay, so for November, we have the crumbling. There's some things that we're being asked to let fall away from us because we've definitely done some changing. Okay. What are you holding on to? Again, there's some release being asked of us. Okay. And yeah, what are you holding on to? Here we also have the Thinking Man. I'm going to equate this call to action to release as some old thought patterns that you might be engaging in, even unknowingly. You might not be aware that you're doing it, but you are. Okay, and it might be time to release these old thought patterns again, because I mentioned that I've found a therapist. it might require you to seek outside help. And I know that's scary. I know that might not be an option for a lot of people right now. That's okay. That's okay. But just know what that means for you. Okay. For tarot, we have the Page of Wands. So here this is talking about a chance to apply lessons learned in terms of pursuing passions and what inspires you. You know, you had your opportunity and you've taken that opportunity to spark what that inspiration looks like for you. And you've learned all of these things along the way about how to manage it, what to do with it. And now it's time to go forward and pursue those things as best as you can. Okay. So there is the Page of Wands. Okay, and finally we have for December, we have Get Grounded. This is for empaths and highly sensitives. If that's how you class yourself, if you want to use that label, whatever. But this is for you. If you're an intuitive person, if you connect with your intuition, this is calling us to connect with nature, especially because it says that on the card there. But I think it's calling us back to our true selves. Who are we at our core? Okay, especially because it's the end of the year. We've had so much go on for us. It's time to speak our truths because we have the fifth chakra, or the Archangel Gabriel, and that looks about right at the throat chakra. So yeah, don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to reconnect with yourself. Get out in nature if you can. Lately it's been rainy, and for me as a Californian, it's been quite cold, so I say that knowing full well that there are even colder temperatures I could experience. So yeah, there is that. But we have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So speak your truth and reconnect. Okay, this is for December. Finally, we have the Eight of Swords. When you do reconnect with your truth and your true self, you won't, these swords won't hold you back. You won't be caught in your own trap anymore. You never were caught in a trap in the first place, okay? But things, you're excuse me, you're missing by not looking around at what you genuinely have at your disposal. You're missing the opportunity to move forward. And those opportunities, those things at your disposal happen to be your own truth and your intuition. Okay? So there's a yearly prediction. There's a lot of forward momentum, which is good. I think that's very good. But it may bring a lot of emotional stuff into your space, and it's you know how you will deal with it. And I know you will deal with it as best as you can. Okay? So, that is the monthly prediction. I would like to do one more part of this tarot reading, and that is to get a closing remark on how 2021 has gone. if you find that you have resonated with any of my readings, I would be grateful for the feedback in the comments. Questions, concerns, anything of the sort, please go ahead and get in touch with me. Thank you for being here. Again, if you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and hit the like all of the buttons, you know where they are. Like, subscribe, bell button, leave me comments. I'm happy to address them with you. So, yeah, closing remarks. Let's see what we get. Lots of cards. Okay, we're going to start with the Ten of Swords. That's coming out in reverse. So, yeah, Ten of Swords in reverse. So there's some pains. Again, I'm getting release. I'm getting a lot of release. There's been some things in your space that have been painful to deal with. There may be some endings that have come up for you that have been sudden and drastic, and they've left a hole where you didn't think there should be a hole, right? That isn't, it's going away. It's going away. And with every ending, there is a new beginning. So don't be, even if it hurts to try and stand up, remember that you aren't alone in your effort, and you will heal. Okay? Don't rush the process, but, you know, it will happen. So there's the Ten of Swords in reverse. I'm gonna shuffle again, just so we can mix up the cards that fell out. There were a number of cards that came out, but I'm not going to read all of them. I can't anymore. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. So here we have the ability to take care of ourselves and our family. We have worked hard to get to this goal, this wealth that we have accumulated over the last couple of years, months, however long it's taken you to build this, but you have worked on that, and there is space for this Ten of Pentacles energy to come in, okay, because things have healed enough that you can do this. All right. Okay, we have two cards. Again, we have the Fool as a repeat card. There is a new beginning. And like I said, with the Ten of Swords, in every ending, there is a new beginning. So now we have the opportunity to go down the path, okay, go down a new path, even though we don't see where we're going. This is what we have for us, okay? We also have the Empress. So we're taking with us the wisdom we've gained from the last part of our journey. And there's certainly been a lot of effort that we've made to incorporate and integrate those things. So I'm really happy to see this come up as well. Okay. There is the Empress. Okay, we also have the Knight of Cups. So here we learn to take action on our emotional and spiritual growth. But maybe in this regard, we are now able to reach out to someone and be vulnerable with them. And I'm getting that because intuitively, at least to me, the Knight of Cups is a romantic, emotionally generous type of person. They're the kind that wears their heart on their sleeves. Maybe a little bit to their detriment, but certainly they're open-hearted people. So there is the Knight of Cups. But again, let's go with the action taking on emotional and spiritual growth for this guy. Okay. So, like that. So yeah, there is the Knight of Cups. Okay. So I'm going to draw 2 final cards for closing remarks, and then, yeah, get this video up and running. So, let me find our hidden energy and our clarifying energy. 1. Okay. Again, our hidden energy is the Chariot. There is forward momentum in 2022. And I'm going to call this one confirmed because we do have the Chariot. We have a repeat card here. And this is determination to get to where we want to go. This is seeing a goal through that is challenging and maybe personally difficult, but we are doing it. You'll notice that right in front we have, I'm going to say those are Sphinx characters. If you know differently, let me know. But we have a Sphinx in white and a Sphinx in darker tones. I'm not going to say black, but it could be. So our shadows are in balance. Our shadows are in balance with our light, and vice versa. We know where we're going. We know where we're going. So that is the Chariot. That is our hidden energy. Our clarifying energy is the Ten of Cups. This is where we're headed to. We're headed to emotional stability and satiety and happiness. And yeah, we've worked hard for this, and now we're going to see results. There's a stable home and a happy family, and yeah, 2022. Here we go. Okay, guys, so thank you for sitting with me in this video. Thank you for being with me throughout 2021. I love you guys. I really appreciate you. I hope to see you in 2022. And yeah, thank you for being here. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Happy New Year, everybody.